And in Harrisburg, a recap of what's happened up to now. Walter Ray Williams Jr. defeating Norm Duke 222 to 172 in the King of the Hill. Then in match 1, McCune defeating Norm 222 to 172. Then in stepped Tom Baker, who moved up a notch with his victory over McCune 215 to 205. And in our booth, none other than Norm Duke.
Norman, quick question. Who do you like in this last match? It's obviously the Bakes against Walter Ray.
Well, the sentimental favorite here for me is Tommy. Everybody out here would like to see him continue winning. But my vested interest is Walter Ray. If he was to win, I get to come back next week. So go Walter Ray.
Well, we'll watch the match with you. And Chris, you have some interesting news for the bowling world.
Yeah, we should point out that Norm is referring to the King of the Hill next week. If Walter wins the Harrisburg Open, these two guys go at it again for the $10,000 winner take all. But yes, Ebonite International, which has long been a leader for decades in the bowling industry, has reached an agreement with the PBA to sponsor 4 events on the fall tour. And the 4 Ebonite challenges will be televised live on ESPN. That's live on Thursday nights beginning in October, and we expect to sit in our easy chair and watch you, young man.
Good, I'd like to be there.
Okay, it's a deal.
All right, the championship match coming up. It'll be Walter Ray Williams Jr. and Tommy Baker.
All right, thanks, Norm Duke. Walter Ray Williams in this match is trying to again defend a title. He is the defending champion here.
An interesting note, the man who finishes first, and that will be Walter Ray in this match, in championship matches, wins about 70% of the time. So Baker is only a 3 to 10 odds to win this match.
Okay, and while we contemplate that split, which thoroughbred do you like in next week's Belmont Stakes here on ABC?
Well, I could ask him that, but right now the odds for him are a lot different. You know, Silver Charm next week, Chris, but I'll take the field against Silver Charm. I got a feeling he's going to have a tough go without Captain Bodgett in there to pace him.
All right. So Tom Baker, it was an unwanted beginning with an open frame, count of 9. Now Walter Ray.
Oh, baby.
High hit.
Get it, come on. Right.
Walter in his match, the King of the Hill match, left 3 10-pins on this right-hand lane, and I can see he's trying to goose it a little bit more to make it flip up and carry out the 10. Right now he's left the 3, 6, 9, 10. Got to get the ball in this area, and the best way to play it is a little bitty hook in from left to right, because you got to carry that back pin.
He did it. A spare for Walter Ray Williams in the first frame. Tournament leader today. He led 4 of the 6 rounds during match play. He had a match play record of 17 wins and 7 losses. 3-time PBA Player of the Year.
Wow, that was lined up.
I bet he could have said more, huh?
Walter Ray needs to get over to the 4, 7, 10, slide the 4 over into the 10. Tough shot.
So now each pro with an open frame. Baker's coming in the first, Walter's in the second. This is the championship match. Tom Baker now up. He lost to Walter Ray in match play. Powerful ball. Here's Bo.
Thank you, Chris. Eugene McCune, you looked great. It looked like you were the guy to beat, and then all of a sudden, the errant spare shot.
Yeah, well, I needed tape in the spare ball, but I was making them anyway, so I just left it go. Should have put tape in it. And then I saw a guy on my left walk around, spin around, instead of stopping like I should have, I was stupid and went up there and threw it in the gutter.
That's the type of experience that's going to make you a winner. Eugene McCune, you will win shortly. Good luck, pal.
Thank you very much.
Back to you, Chris. Championship match.
Right. Leaving the 7-pin. Going into that frame, he had a 4-pin lead, which he still holds. He'll go cross lane now on the left lane for this single pin. Very nice.
Well, Walter Ray has all the shots, and he could probably take a note from what Eugene McCune said. Speed the ball up. You got to throw hard in this championship pair to be successful.
Wow. Oh, boy.
I think he went over and picked up a new ball.
Did?
Mm-hmm.
Set down the ball with the yellow stripe and picked up one that's full urethane. The other is full reactive resin instead of the half and half, and neither one of them seems to work very well for him today.
So up to now, he's used 3 balls.
Okay. Well, he can use 8 of them, Chris.
Right.
Little sidebar note what we got it here. We haven't seen any lefties, and no left-handers cashed in the tournament this week. That's a rarity on the PBA Tour. And secondly, following up on on Norm Duke's fill shot, as you see Walter Ray, you have to have your fingers in the hole of a bowling ball, if you saw that trick shot, in order to make an illegal delivery.
Okay. Strike in the 4th frame for Walter Ray. This is the title game. It'll continue when we come back. Have you ever seen the rolling hills, the countryside surrounding the capital city of Harrisburg? I hope you visit Pennsylvania. It's a beautiful state, especially springtime. Weather's a little unsettled, but inside it's full of cheering people. And here's Baker in the lead by 4. 4-7.
Well, we see the championship pair breaking down. What I mean by that, the oil dissipating somewhat from the heat, evaporation, some of it being carried down the lane, and the players are all drifting high. We're not seeing any light hits by design. They have to make an adjustment. With 6 frames to go, you either got to speed up the shot or move a little bit farther inside, allow for the hook.
Okay.
And the lanes have been tougher the last 2 days, Chris. The difference between the field's score on Wednesday night, on Thursday night, and Friday night was 1,500 pins lower on Friday. So the lanes got tougher as the tournament went on.
There's a welcome break for Tom Baker.
4-10, standing temporarily, gets a good break on the 10.
Rack of pins. First, though, let's look at this. Average leaders, Walter Ray second.
222 and win all the money today, Chris.
Oh, yeah.
Those averages were established earlier in the year. The lanes have been much tougher lately.
Back to my question about the cost of a rack of pins.
Well, there's actually, for us, there's 21 pins in a rack. It takes 10 that are setting down, 10 in the deck, and we have an extra one in so we don't have a delay in the championship round. But 10 pins today, brand new, cost approximately $120.
Okay. There's Paige Pennington, Walter Ray's wife, who travels around in their Teton trailer pulled by a Freight-Line truck. They love it.
500 cubic inches under the hood.
Come on, baby, come on. What I wanted to see. God bless.
Well, Walter Ray is pulling a Norm Duke. He's going inside, outside, hook ball, straight ball, different change. As you see, one guy who knows how to make the 7-10, a guy who was in the top 24 this week. And Eugene McCune showed you how to make it by bouncing one out. Let's see if Walter can do it.
Lay drops to trailing of 14 pins. Spare for Baker, shooting in the 6th frame of the title game.
Get up.
2-8 in.
Both players confused, Chris, and I bowled in the tournament and had that same confusion myself. You make a slight move left to avoid going high, and all of a sudden the ball skates almost all the way to the back end. It's almost too tough to adjust for. There comes to a point where a player cannot actually make a cerebral and physical move to adjust to the strike line. This is just a little bit out of hand tough.
Okay, that's the second open frame for Tom Baker. Walter Ray has 2. Next Saturday at 3 Eastern and Pacific, 2 Central on ABC Sports, it's the Greater Detroit Open, where last year Doug Kent won his first PBA title. Pro Bowlers Tour next Saturday, right here on ABC.
Adeline DiBiase, our hostess there.
Good comeback by Tom. Walter Ray, it's his 96th appearance on television. And in this all-even match, get a 3-6.
Well, the players can't adjust if they don't know what to do. I mean, these guys have all the shots, and when they have that whimsical look on their face saying, what should I do? Obviously, there's something you can do, but there's nothing that indicates exactly what to do. You're going to see this kind of result. It's a little bit different than a golf hole, which we're going to watch a little bit of the Jack Nicklaus Memorial later on, Chris, but you know, you can see the golf hole. I mean, you're a pretty good golfer. If you got 150 yards, the wind's blowing, there's water, whatever, you kind of know the shot. Here, these guys are guessing when it gets this tough. Match up for grabs. All even, 3 frames left.
Whew. 3-6
You
10.
don't get it out quite enough, it's just dead hooks. Get out too far, it doesn't even think about hooking.
Well, I can't understand him, and I'm sure the pins don't.
Well, he's talking. Listen, I'd be talking to myself too.
18,000 bucks at stake.
Of course, these lanes are prepared for the action.
You're right, Chris. Obviously, it's somewhat equal for both players, although they're guessing a little bit. Baker, with that determined look on his face, he wants the title. Walter Ray gets a lot of shots at him. Baker, 42 years old, trying to maximize it.
And that puts him out for a 13-10 lead. And that was a strike in the 8th frame.
Biggest shot the Bake's thrown in 2 years. When he took the AC Delco Classic, he just ran over everybody. Had a huge final game in the 270s, no contest. Right now, he's fighting for his life, fighting for his 9th title. A strike right here would put him in the driver's seat.
Carry. Yes.
So it's beginning to look like next week our first match will feature Walter Ray Williams and Tom Baker in the King of the Hill.
Well, Walters has a little something to say about it, as you see the normal, calm Tom Baker. Oh, I got money written on that shot. He has put the onus on Walter Ray. Walter Ray has a possible 189 if he strikes out. That has just gone to 178. You can just about get the crown ready for Tommy Baker. Walter Ray Williams Jr., if he spares and strikes out 178, all that Tommy Baker has to do is show up.
Remember, Walter Ray won the return of a King of the Hill match against Norm Duke.
If Walter doesn't strike on this ball, Chris, Bake's got the match locked. He doesn't have to do a doggone thing. Just throw it down the middle. Well, Walter ends up with his 29th second place finish. Wow. He cannot win this match. 167 is the best he can do. For Tommy Baker, it's a lock.
Imagine that greatness, 23 titles in 29 seconds. Evans. He won 19.5 today.
Baker needs 5 pins on the first ball. This one, it'll be just right down. No chance of going in the channel. Hello, champ.
All right. Last win in 1996 at the AC Delco Classic. Buffalo's Tom Baker over Walter Ray Williams, Jr. Open. This is the way the money is distributed. The champion, Tom Baker, 18. Walter Ray, 9,500 plus the 10,000 in winning the King of the Hill match. So he and Tom will meet 1 week from today in Taylor, Michigan in the Greater Detroit Open. Right now, down on the lanes, you see the King of the Hill today, Walter Ray Williams, Jr. And on the right, the Harrisburg champion. Let's give them both a big round of applause. As Gary Bauer, president of the ABC North Lanes, on the right, and Earl Berger, general manager of ABC North Lanes, have the checks. And there is one trophy, and that is for the Buffalo Kid, Tom Baker.
Yes.
You got it? Whoa! For him, Bo, because so we look forward, as I mentioned a moment ago, that they will meet 1 week from today in Detroit. Tom Baker from Buffalo, Walter Ray Williams, Jr. from Stockton, California, in that Showboat Hotel and Casino King of the Hill. The final score today, 200 to 166. Coming up next, except on the West Coast, the Memorial Tournament, sponsored by Dean Witter. Stay tuned.